Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Thank you very much for stopping in. I really appreciate all of you, new and returning viewers. And welcome to my Sun Love series that I started at the beginning of this month. And basically what happens is I toss the dice just before I start the video. And I pick two sun signs and I describe a little bit about each sun sign. And then I do a reading for you from my tarot and my oracle and divinations, and kind of give you a feeling and flavor of today, which is June 23rd, 2020, and onward the rest of the month. Now, I do also do individual readings for each sign for the month, and I will be doing my Julys starting at the end of this, probably the beginning of next Wednesday, I believe, is the 1st of July. So yeah, by July 1st. So because I have actually read sun signs for every single sun sign so far, at least 2 or 3 times, I'm going to shorten the description aspect and, your personality traits and so forth. But I do want to do some because of the new people. And if you haven't ever heard anything about what you represent as the Pisces or Scorpio that you are, this is where you want to hear about it. So first and foremost, we are in Cancer season. So that means that it's the season for Cancer's birthday. That means that it'll last, it started on the 20th of June and it'll last through July 20th. So every single astrology sign gets that month where they are recognized, where that energy predominates the month for the entire world. We all feel that particular pull in the direction of what that element provides for us. Now, being a water element, which is what Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer are, there is this incredible sensitivity and emotion, because basically the water signs live and thrive through their emotions. That's how they handle things in their life. That's how they understand. That's how they deeply receive, as they're all very receptive. The information that they need comes through their emotions. So that's a beautiful, beautiful trait. And right now with, we're in retrograde season as well. So there's a total of 6 planets that have, as of yesterday, gone into retrograde. That's a lot. We're going to feel this instant pull to want to really kind of take it a little easier, go inside, which is beautiful for the water signs. The introspection is very, very important right now. And at the same time, filling our cups, which is representative of water, with the happiest, the most fulfilled, joyful times, which we all need so very much right now. We've had a lot of restriction in the last few months. We've had a lot of disappointments, and our emotions have been pretty much everywhere, I would say. So now it's the time to change that. In addition to the 3 eclipses that are happening, we've already had 2. The first one was June 5th in Sagittarius, a fire sign, that passion, that truth seeking, breaking past the barriers and the conformities that are out there and making changes that have to happen. Then on the 21st, first day of summer, was the new moon eclipse, which was in Cancer. Once again, all about our emotions, all about feeling comfort in the things that make us happy, like our families. There's a lot of energy and predominance in our homes right now, and making sure that we're comfortable doing whatever it is it takes to do that. Whether it be, working on a new job or starting our new jobs as things open up. Whether it's just really focusing on those that we love, like our connections, and spending the time with each other, taking some time off. If you've been working this whole time, a lot of people have, and really communicating and filling our hearts, and bringing that level of energy up, which is the best thing we can do, especially for water signs, because you really, really feel everything, yourself and other people's energies. So that's predominant. And the eclipses, the 3rd will be July 5th in Capricorn. The eclipses actually last, they can last 3, 6, up to a year. So that's why this reading is appropriate whenever you happen to watch it. But it can change too. Like, you may feel parts of it and then it will gradually get stronger. Maybe not at all. But in regards to the two sun signs, we have Pisces. And Pisces, like I said, is the water element. Pisces is the 12th astrological sign. So in mythology years, that basic or history, I've got the retrograde issues as far as speaking, which is hugely affecting us. Forgot to mention, Mercury went into retrograde on the 18th in Cancer. So that's about kind of reviewing everything right now, our speech, how we, write, the things we write, double checking them, the things that we receive, making sure we're not misunderstanding people, which happens a lot, but it'll be okay. We'll get through all of it. That'll end in July, on July 12th. But I digress. So the Pisces is the 12th sign, and really, as opposed to Aries, the first sign, beginning everything, the Pisces is notoriously known for their ability to end and begin. It's kind of this spiritual knowing of reincarnation, the natural affinity they have with their spiritual life is very, very pronounced. Most Pisces have the ability to be very psychic, definitely hugely intuitive, just really feeling the energy and knowing and understanding probably more than most signs that I've known. But the other two sister signs, Scorpio and Cancer, are right there with you. So very predominant as far as your intuition. You are very, very passionate. You're a mutable sign as a Pisces, so you're very adaptable. You can conform to pretty much anything, that fishy kind of swimming around and floating. You like the free form. You don't like to be restricted. You are very dreamy. You're imaginative. You're extremely creative. You are definitely changeable because of the mutable aspect. It makes you changeable, and like the tides and the moon and the cycles, we have different variances of our moods and our feelings. So that's very much a part of who you are. And as I said in other videos, one of the best things you can do is allow yourself downtime every day by yourself. Kind of rejuvenate those batteries, because you give out a lot. You're incredibly giving. Nurturing is a huge part of who you are. And like I said, the symbol is the two fish. They're tied together in their opposite directions. So there's that opposition, that duality almost, with the two, and the changeability, but also the innate and inevitable ability to be able to be part of the spiritual world and the physical at the same time. Like there's always a party that has your head in the clouds, if you will, kind of sensing and feeling, which is, it's beautiful and very, very appropriate for artists and people that want to express themselves in a creative medium. So yeah, you also are very feminine. It's the feminine versus the masculine duality. So there are 6 astrology signs that are known as feminine, and then there are 6 that are masculine, which is the yin and yang. We all have all of that in us at all times. So there's more of that nurturing aspect to the Piscean. And other than that, you like to get along. You can be very, very strong and determined, though. You can be very independent. I've known many, many entrepreneurs that were Pisceans. So even though you have this very calm and wonderful demure where you want to be giving and helpful and kind, you also can stand up for what you believe, and you're extremely empowered a lot of times. And that's a part where it's like you can see one Piscean and think, wow, that's completely different than the other Pisces I've known, maybe even with the same birthday. Of course, it has a lot to do with your other planets on your chart. I always recommend you look up that, because the sun sign is just the 1/12 of who you are. There's so much to learn about each and every one of us. So that's the Pisces, right? And that's a beautiful, receptive, loving, watery sign. And then you've got Scorpio. Once again, the element of water. And now Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. So Pluto is the planet of transformation and deep evolution. Once again, very comparable in a way to the Piscean with the restore, the regenerating. It's a regeneration as well with the Scorpio. So there's that very, very compatible energy that's going on. With the Scorpio, however, I think it's deeper. It runs even deeper inside, and they're mysterious. Both are mysterious, and they're penetrating and very magnetic, and they're very intense. There's the intensity of a Scorpio that isn't like the energy of the Pisces, but boy, does it work well together, And I feel like the sensitivity of the Pisces kind of really softens that intensity sometimes, because before I get too far ahead of myself, Pluto, like I said, is a very, very almost self-loathing, I want to say. I don't know why that's coming. It's just the message that's coming through. The most critical aspect of our mind and our thoughts that can really tear us down if we let it, and it wants to change. It wants to be better and to redo and to regenerate. So a Scorpio has got this incredible desire and power and strength to put their mind and be so creative and so intensely successful, okay? As long as they have that ability to do that and they're able to utilize that in ways that make them happy, and they see great progress and, literal results, they're going to be great. That's when they're at their best. If they're not, they tend to go in and they kind of do that self, critical kind of sad, part that nobody wants to go to. But of course, I think we all have a little bit of that in us. Well, I think the Pisces helps to keep that from happening, keep that water moving. No water that's stagnant is good in anybody. Pisces can kind of, with that lighter water energy, pull the Scorpio out of that kind of a funk. And I didn't mention, but Pisces at one point, a long time ago, historically, was ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and luck and incredible opportunity and good fortune. And then it changed to Neptune. So one of the major planets that I think just went retrograde is Neptune in Pisces. So there you have it again. Neptune is the fantasy, the imagination, the things not always being exactly as they are. There's kind of a rose-colored glasses look at the world when you have Neptune. And with this week, it being retrograde just starting, there could be a little more confusion than usual for definitely the Pisces, but also the Scorpio. So together you can recognize that's what it is. It has nothing to do with you. But if nothing else, it will help you to kind of then work towards any kind of maybe differences that have been occurring with all this extra stress. I mean, as much as you probably love and care greatly for each other, we've all been affected, and you've been feeling things whether you wanted to or not. So once again, the time to take to with each other is important right now. It's really imperative. The new moon especially, like I said. Eclipse that happened can regenerate both of you. I guess the best words for Scorpio, though, are just this loyal, incredibly loyal. I cannot leave that out. When they are with you, they are with you for life. You can always rely on them, and they always come through, and they put everything into what they do. They're just wholeheartedly, intensely devoted to better themselves, and the world and anything that happens to come in their way. That's the whole transitional aspect from birth to death, which is what the scorpion is the symbol of a Scorpio. Yeah, the crustacean. I call it an insect, I think, the other day. Yeah, the sting is there, but it's just this from death to life. And then, like I said, the Pisces has the rejuvenation and the spiritual part. This is a beautiful combination. It feels really, really good. It lasts. I've known this combination for a really long time. The only thing I would say is just being aware of the more intense aspect of Scorpio versus the more lighter, carefree, kind of non-conforming aspect of the Pisces. But this is beautiful for friendships, it's beautiful for long-term, and you both just kind of understand each other intuitively on a regular basis. You feel what each other needs. And that is a beautiful, beautiful gift. So really happy that you have this connection. And I hope that you resonate with what I'm saying. And I'm going to read to you what the predominant energies, like I said, are coming through for you. And the messages that are important for you to hear right now. From this day and definitely through the end of the month. I'm sorry, I have some upside down and backwards. I was shuffling them earlier, but it's easy enough to remedy. So bear with me 1 second. And do keep in mind, like I said, the retrograde is going to be all about kind of redoing and reviewing and reevaluating all the re's, okay? No sense in really trying to go fast forward right now as things are opening up. They're opening up slowly. But keep in mind that you have great, incredible, divine, beautiful water energy happening for you with your sister sign Cancer. So it should be easier for you than I think most in this month and next month coming, because that third eclipse will really kind of cement everything with it being in Capricorn, that earth, that permanence, you know, that practical, reliable kind of energy that the earth elements bring to us. Let me try this again. So yeah, just really wanting to make that clear, and hopefully you're feeling that way and you're feeling really romantic and sensual, because that's another big part of this relationship. Sorry, don't want to leave that out. No problems there. I mean, if you're new and you're younger, of course, different phases mean different things, but this is a beautiful, beautiful, romantic and sensual relationship. So let's see what pops out for all of the beautiful Pisces, Scorpio combinations, connections for the love series, June 2020. Just wanted to come out. I'll just do right off the top. Okay, how funny. Oh, good. All right. Well, I'm afraid to say there's a lot of repeats going on because, well, it makes perfect sense. I'll explain what I'm speaking of. First of all, the bottom and your foundation is the Three of Swords. Now, what this means is that this has kind of been residing in your situation, but moving forward with all of the changes and all the newness that's occurring, this is a thing of the past, something I think that's been worked through. And when it comes to the swords, excuse me, that is the air element, and that's going to have to do with your thoughts. So being as emotional and as heart-centered as water signs are, they're very much thinking. There's a lot of thinking going on. You have a lot of decisions that you've been thinking about, and you've been hurt. You've been hurt about what you've been hearing. You've been hurt about words that have been said. Excuse me. You have been hurt by the confusion and the incredible emotional events that have taken place. You are probably more hurt than a lot of the other signs because you literally take it in and you feel it. You have great empathy, and that's a gift, and sometimes it's also difficult. So I just want to say that, yeah, you want to make sure that you're very aware of your thoughts so that you don't have to add any energy other than the uplifting, beautiful encouragement that you absolutely need and deserve, okay? Got to keep on top of our thoughts at all times. So the first card you have is the overall energy, I would say, is the Page of Swords. So this is about truth, though, boy. We need to hear truth. And anytime there's a page, there's a new bit of truth, new bit of information coming through, okay? The youthfulness, the beginning, just the initiation, or at times it also represents a younger person who could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarian, which is what the air element signs are. You're very, very much interested in knowing the truth anyway. That's how you best operate. You want to cut through. And when it comes to the swords, it is about truth. It's about cutting away the falsities and the judgments and all the unfair, horrible conversations that might be occurring. They're out there. Everything's out there. We have to decide what we want to take in, and I highly suggest you take in very small increments for the sensitivity that you do have. And it's better anyway, one can only take so much. The human psyche as well. So this is just letting you know information's coming in that's going to be very uplifting. And it's new if you haven't heard it yet. And it could, like I said, have to do with the child. Maybe you know what I'm speaking of. And you have children that you're concerned about, and you're wanting to get information about so many things. Their schooling, their, the money that you can provide for them. This is, you care very much about your loved ones, and you want to protect and provide. And so you're listening intently. And perhaps you're speaking up about things that you need to, because you absolutely are capable, and you know how to say the things that'll reach people. You're good at that. So yeah, you can expect that. A lot of controversy. You need to sort through what you believe to be true. And a lot of times with the swords, it can come in fast and swift, like air, changing, but just like, whew. Now we definitely have Aquarius in Saturn, which has been, retrograde, the planet Saturn. That's all about restriction and all about, conforming and structure, and our taskmaster, they call them, so that we can work the best for ourselves and our lives. And yeah, it's not always fun, but it's what gets us to the place we need to go, step by step. So in Aquarius, it's about complete new ideas, changing the format, changing the status quo, very future thinking, very fair, very justice oriented, friendly, caring. But they think in their mind. They can be a little detached. They can come off a little cold to a water sign. That's more about the feeling part. So I don't think it's intended. So hopefully that's not happening. And you'll understand that with Mercury in retrograde, things might be misunderstood. The next card you have, though, is the Ten of Coins. Ten of Pentacles. This is beautiful. This is everything. This is the understanding of new things that are going to reach this point for you. You've worked hard, even if it's just thinking about what you need to do, has been very, very overwhelming. And it's all coming to the fore now. This is the family, this is the finances, this is the wealth, and this is the stability I mentioned. This is the comforts, our finances. Money is definitely coming through here. 10 is the new cycle, becomes a 1. All very synchronistic. As I said, predominantly for the water signs, this month and onward, from the sun sign season of Cancer and so much of the water element coming through, it's going to be very uplifting for you. And it's long overdue, I would say. I think it's been a while, and you need to just be feeling that, and you feel really comfortable. You have the family. You want to start a family, you want to build a family, you want to have maybe new people coming in to your family. You could be expecting, maybe you want to get to the next level and make a concrete commitment to each other. Beautiful, loving energy. I love that so much for you, because once again, then you have the Five of Swords. This is just standing up for what you understand and know is true, letting go of anything that is not serving your highest good when it comes to words. When it comes to conversations, a lot of it's chatter. You know enough to know intuitively what to believe and what not to believe now, because this is the time, and that is the power and the energy of these eclipses. It's transforming us to places we've not been before this. It's going to be for our highest good, and I'm never going to think otherwise. And it's hard sometimes and difficult. Changes can be. But know for yourself that you can absolutely decipher the possible gossip or whatever it is. It's nothing you want to be a part of. And you're standing strong to that. And you're really working together. I love it. yeah, just knowing that those thoughts become things. So it's so super important. Now the next card is the Seven of Cups. Wow, all the cups. There you go, water sign. This is you. This is your cups getting filled. You have a lot of option though here. This is what this card represents. All the opportunities. Which one or maybe two do you want to take? Because if you overdo it and think of too many things at once, you'll get overwhelmed. And the energy will be, lessened for the power that you could create. But there's beautiful, beautiful opportunities. There's beautiful synchronicities right now. Insights. Healing is a huge component for this month. And, retrogrades do not have to be a negative. Sometimes they bring back people in our lives and they help us to reunite. Maybe the two of you, Pisces, Scorpio, have just connected now from a long time ago, or, it could be karmically, divinely guided between you. But basically, it's just filling your cups, being happy, being joyful again, celebrating, working on that family, that security in your family. Starting the new project, starting the new job, a lot of people have changed jobs, a lot of people are moving and all sorts of variable things. What is your desire, It's coming through strong for you, so clearly you have had some options, and now's the time to make those choices. So I see a lot of beautiful, wonderful energy. I see, information coming through, positive information, could be law. A lot of times, the air with the Libra is the justice, the equality, the fairness, decisions, judgments being made in your favor. So yeah, beautiful. I love it. Let me read to you your specific message from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Colette Baron Reid. One of my favorites, if you ever want to get just this beautiful confirmation of what you probably understand and feel, or you probably wouldn't be watching this channel. But specifically for you, the message that can come through, please, for the month of June and onward as a couple. The Keeper of the Scales, number 38, so that becomes an 11, and that's a 2, and that's unity, that's partnership. And the meaning and the words beyond it are fairness and balance. So important, right? Especially with the water and just the whole keeping afloat, keeping those cups full, not empty, always half full, right? Let me read to you what it says specifically, though, just for you. And it says, almost there. Oops, here we go. The law of harmony is enacted when the Keeper of the Scales comes to you as an ally. Align with her as the law states, making conscious choices that create balance in your life. When you do, you are magically, align with the abundance of the universe and the powerful forces of synchronicity. This creates conditions and possibilities that lead to the fulfillment of your highest intentions. Yes, intention is a word that I always like to incorporate because our intentions create everything for ourselves. And with the new moon, I love to write them down. It's not too late. Harmony begins with the self and then resonates outward to others. You're in harmony with yourself when you nurture yourself with love, respect, and acceptance. Always fully taking responsibility for your actions. Only then can you be in harmony with others. This is because love is the central force that connects all of life and aligns you with like-minded others, which is why I love the whole love series and the whole powerful aspect of love. Another message is restoration. Oh my gosh, so perfect for the whole soul part of, both Pisces and Scorpio. And the positive, fair resolution in all disputes, should there be any, including those involving the legal system, oh my goodness, and other important exchanges. The Keeper of the Scale is a just and kind ally, always making sure a path is activated on your path. I literally have goosebumps though, because this came through in ways I've expressed to you. So there's that beautiful, beautiful serendipitous synchronicity happening right here for you. And that's what this is all about, right? That mystical, ever-present energy. And last but not least, the super attractor manifestation and message, which is all about creating your life. What do you want? Make it happen. Feel it. And boy, you're capable. You're amazing manifestors, both of you. So utilize that. It's your birthright. For you, we have, oh wow, it's so funny, honestly. My memory is good about some things, not so great about others. And it appears to me in my mind, the last Scorpio connection, and it wasn't this, I never repeat the same two sun signs, had this because of the power and the, the incredible sacral root chakra, which is about our staying grounded as water. It's hard, but we want to stay grounded. We want to stay connected and secure and trusting. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith in love and the joy I put out. We know that is the law of attraction. What you put out, you're going to receive. So put out that love, put out that beautiful, loving feeling. You're going to get it tenfold. I certainly hope you're feeling that with each other. Things are improving with yourselves and you're keeping that connection strong, whatever it is, I love and appreciate you being here a great deal. I really do. This has been so fulfilling for me, and I will continue to do it. So if you liked it at all, just push that subscribe button and just give me a like and a comment. I would greatly appreciate that as I evolve. And in the meantime, the most important thing, of course, is to take incredibly good care of yourselves. Be safe. And until next time, thanks. Bye for now.